it seems that there are many ways of, shall we say, skinning the cat, meaning that if you want to amend the Constitution, how many routes are there to end up at the kind of Constitution that we need? And I'm now confused as to what sort of composition of the committee should be in order to make it democratic and also at the same time reflecting on people's wishes and also be efficient and not time consuming. All sorts of objectives are there, but how do we get there?
Well, at least there are 4 ways. There are at least 4 proposals to amend this constitution. The first is the most normal route, as you say, is to have Parliament amend this constitution.
Yes.
We have a good point. A good point of that is that it will be easy, it will be simple, and you don't need much debate on that. The negative point is that the Parliament could be criticized for helping certain groups or certain people.
Because the Parliament has this problem that they have the majority, and whatever changes are made will be voted on, and the majority will win. And whatever constitution emerges from there would be seen as dictatorial, because only the majority views will be taken into account.
That's the negative point of this solution. So that's why people come up with the second solution of having an elected drafting assembly.
Yes, make it very representative.
One province, one representative.
Yes, that sounds idealistic.
And I assume that the Yingluck government seemed to be leaning toward this idea.
Well, it was from the very beginning in the government policy statement.
Yeah, but still the government has yet to make a clear-cut stand on this, which means that something could change in the future.
Yes.
Which leads us to the third option of having the government appoint a drafting committee of maybe 35 people. We talked about this earlier. You include as a potential
that was proposed by Dr. Ukrit Mongkutnawit.
Right, and this is carry the risk of the government being deemed, like you say, dictatorial or.
But his rationale, Dr. Ukrit's rationale, is that when you build a house, you need an architect. You need someone who knows
the expertise.
You need the experts to draw it up, and then if you want public opinion, you can then put it up for a referendum or panels of discussions. But the big problem with this solution or this proposed formula is that it will be seen as elitist again. With just 35 people. Who are they to be seen as experts?
Of course.
Where is the legitimacy?
Right.
So that is gone too.
Okay, which brings us to the fourth proposal, which was made yesterday by the Niti Raj group.
Yes.
It's somewhat more or less like Kun Ukrit proposal.
Yes.
But only that instead of the government appointing a committee, it will be Parliament appointing a committee of 25 people. 20 persons coming from the House of Representatives and probably 5 more coming from the Senate. So this is another, the fourth solution that was.
There's an irony there, because the Niti Raj group has always been saying that what we have now is a legacy of the coup, and this Parliament is inevitably part of the post-coup process.
Right.
So if they say that they want the Constitution to be drafted by proportionally the MPs and the senators, then they are using the poisoned fruit of the poisoned tree. So I don't know what they're up to.
So from this logic, the Niti Raj group should be advocating this drafting committee elected by people.
I thought they would say, let's make it a nationwide thing. Let's make the villagers, the grassroots people come and have a voice in drafting the new law. But they're now back perhaps into the ivory tower again, saying, okay, we get a group of people that we trust can draw up a new constitution and put it up for a referendum.
Right.
So, none of the 4 solutions or proposed formula will be 100% foolproof, but
we will know before maybe April 19, which is the last day of this parliament. So this parliamentary session. So whatever the government wants to do, we have to be decided before then.
But you know, the irony on top of another irony is that you cannot decide on which of the 4 proposed solutions will be adopted. You go for a referendum to vote on what among the 4. What do the people want?
First, we ask the people how to
Yes.
amend the constitution first.
How to amend the
And then-
constitution.
okay.
Yes. Yes, you see.
I got it.
And then we go back to the people again and say, we want you to tell us what kind of changes do you want. Another referendum. After you have drafted that first draft, you go back again. This will be the real democratic way of doing it. I see no other way of pacifying all the factions, all the people, different diversified people with different opinions. Because what it boils down to is that this society does not trust anyone at the moment.